order to make music and be very clear and true about that type of music that you're playing or performing or writing, you have to tell your own story or tell a story that you really know. And the story that I know the best is my own. I grew up performing almost gospel music almost exclusively as a child. And in gospel music, there are many different types of genres represented in that one genre. I try to write music that creates a feeling or a certain type of emotion. And sometimes those feelings begin with a bass line. Sometimes those feelings begin with a melody. Sometimes those feelings begin with one chord that makes me feel a certain way, or a sound or a groove. And I'll experiment with that until I come up with something that speaks the overall picture of what I'm feeling at that time. And that's my writing process. The artists on The Search Within are musicians that I work with all the time, tour with, hang out with, collaborate with. Those are my fellas, my guys, and I love them. And on The Search Within, there's also guest artists like my other CD. My core ensemble consists of Walter Smith III, amazing tenor saxophonist from Houston, Texas. Brian Hogan's on alto saxophone from Atlanta, Georgia. He's also playing strings on there. He's a jack of all trades and a master of all of them. Amazing type of an artist. Lucas Curtis, who I've known for some time. I actually met him playing with Ralph Peterson's band about 6 or 7 years ago. And we've been close ever since. He's an amazing bassist, one of the great young bassists of our time. Obed Calvert is playing drums on the CD. And I've met him in Steve Turay's band in Chicago. Orrin Evans I've known the longest. I've known him for about 9 years now. And he's like a musical big brother to me. He inspires me. He's a great man, he's a great friend, amazing musician, and he contributes to my vision in a very profound way. So that's my core ensemble. And also on this record, I've chosen to include Carolyn Petit on vocals for one. Erica Von Kleist is performing on the CD as well. She's playing flute on 2 tunes. Amazing flautist and an amazing saxophonist and arranger and writer. Gregoire Marais is also playing on the CD. He's a great harmonica player, and he's performing on a tune called Life Cycles, which I decided to combine flugelhorn, flute, and harmonica and see what that sounded like. It's a different kind of a sound. And contributing to the groove and percussive elements of the CD is a good friend of mine who I've known for about 10 years now, 13 years, actually 10 or 11 years. His name is Khalil Kwame Bell, and he's playing percussion on that. So there's a lot of different players on that CD, and they all did an amazing job, and I'm glad that they contributed their sound and helped bring my sound and vision to life, and I'm very grateful for that. One of my first influences was Freddie Hubbard. And then I was introduced to Clifford Brown. Clifford Brown has so much joy in his sound, and he's so clean and very precise with his approach to playing. And then the harmonic sophistication and the wide intervals of Woody Shaw really attracted me in my undergraduate days. just trumpet technique alone is Wynton Marsalis. I've always been a fan of Wynton's, and it's kind of amazing to me that I get to sit next to him in a trumpet section and perform with him. But after saying all of that, the biggest influence on me is Miles Davis. Miles Davis was my first real introduction into jazz music. The best way for me to describe Mack Avenue Records is that they are my family. They believe in me. They've been there when I made stupid decisions, career decisions. And they stuck with me through those decisions. They've allowed me to be myself and grow. When I was a child with a musical child or a recording child with Eternal Journey, and I'm growing into adulthood with each subsequent CD. They've never tried to say, well, Sean, you have to do this, or you have to be that. Be this when you grow up. They said, be whatever you want when you grow up, and we're going to be behind you. And I really appreciate that. I want listeners to look at my story, the past 10 years, as it is reflected with song and sound and all of the things that are on that CD. And I want them to be able to say, you know what, I can relate. I've had some down times. I've had some good times. I've made some mistakes. I've had some triumphant moments. But those things have not destroyed me. They have added to my life, and they have helped me be who I am today, molded me into this character who is me. And I'm going to celebrate that now. And I'm going to move into the future by learning from the mistakes of the past and celebrating those victories that I've had. I want to make sure that love is at the forefront of everything that I do, which is ultimately the force that propels us forward. Especially in this day and age when so many people are hurting, are losing jobs, so many people are struggling, feeling like there's no hope. I want to bring hope to their living room via sound. And I want love to go through their speakers, and I want them to feel that when their pocketbooks are empty, when their wallet is empty, when everything else is gone, I want them to be able to put on a CD that says Sean Jones and know that they can get fed from that CD and they can go on another day. So whatever I decide to do in the future, it's got to be about that.